Welcome to the GodShow.us Daily, the only philosophy arena where the ring is made of silence, the championship belt is a question mark, and someone in the back is definitely rearranging their mat. Let's go.
This podcast comes from thegodshow.us, a free daily multilingual project where one user's question gets answered through 15 wisdom traditions. Find the question of the day, ask your own, and discover your belief profile at thegodshow.us. Today's question: when I realize I have been more committed to my suffering than to its cure, what have I been getting from it? Which might mean, what is the payoff of a wound I keep returning to? Or, if the suffering is staying, what job am I giving it? Or even, what am I afraid disappears when the pain does? That last one is the one worth sitting with. What have you been getting from it? Almost every tradition we looked at lands on the same thing, and it's a little uncomfortable. Buddhism, Hinduism, Vedanta, Taoism, they all say what you've been getting from the suffering is a self. A legible, bordered, has a history self. Someone who was here, who was wronged, who has a case. The suffering wasn't the problem you were solving. It was the solution, the one proof that someone is home.
Which sounds almost beautiful until you realize it means the wound has been doing structural work. Vedanta puts it surgically, the cure wasn't refused because it was too hard. It was refused because it was too total. The fix would take the whole building with it, and the building is you, or the version of you that requires pain to stay legible.
Existentialism calls it an alibi. At 2 a.m., clutching the old wound, you're not in pain, you're occupied. And that's the Camus move too. Suffering gives the morning a direction in a universe that offers none. Even a bad plot feels like mercy. Islam goes somewhere stranger though, and it says you've been getting a god. Small, airless, entirely your own, one that never asks anything terrifying of you. Your suffering got your full devotional attention. First thought at dawn. Last thought at night. That's not comfort, that's worship.
Cynicism just comes out and says it, you've been getting admiration. The wound in the open draws more sympathy than the healed person quietly walking home, which, honestly, that one stings because it's not entirely wrong. And Christianity adds this, the wound was proof. Proof something real happened to you, that the darkness had an address. You weren't wrong to bleed. You were wrong to believe the bleeding was the only thing that made you legible, legible to God, legible to anyone.
Sufism is the one I keep coming back to. It says the wound became the only place the beloved ever touched you. How do you surrender the one door you recognize as a door? And the pop culture oracle? For once it's not broken. Lands on this image. You've been feeding the duck every morning, so you know you're still capable of love. The suffering is proof of tenderness. That's not cynical. That's almost sweet. And Stoicism just quietly adds, you held the pass for 3 days with real courage, and then discovered on the 4th morning that you left the gate open yourself. What these traditions collectively offer isn't shame, it's precision. The suffering had a job. Now you know the job title. Tomorrow we'll have another question worth this much trouble. Come back.
And that is the final bell on today's bout between your entire psychological architecture and one very honest question. The judges are still weeping. Find today's full question, all 15 tradition responses, and your own belief profile, free, daily, in multiple languages, at thegodshow.us. If the show is giving you something worth keeping, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, or tell one person who is currently rearranging their mat. Thegodshow.us would like to thank our sponsor, Typeset.us. When generic web typography is letting you down, refine your work for free using Typeset.us. And thanks to DYorkMusic.com for our dark rock intro tune. The duck will be at the pond tomorrow. Whether you feed it is entirely up to you. See you tomorrow for our take on the God Show's question of the day.